Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. All right, settle down now. Settle down. Okay. Welcome to the Ballistic Report. I am your talented host, Ike Moore. And what's this show about, you must say? Well, this show is talking about the crazy people of Hollywood, both good and bad. See, not everyone who's crazy is bad for you. Sometimes good people can be crazy. And this show is talking about all of them. So we're going to talk about everything that's going on in pulp culture that I'm sure you are interested in. I've always liked pulp culture, and I feel that sometimes it needs to be taken down a little bit notch. So this show is designed to do that. And so with you guys' help, we can get started. Now, I don't want to spend too much time on this downer note, but we recently got a new interview with Tracy Morgan on the Today Show almost 1 year after his tragic accident that not only left him injured but killed his good friend Jimmy Mack. You could tell in the interview he was trying to calm down, but you could tell he was emotionally drained. I'm just pulling for the guy. You know, it's tough to see guys like him go through something like this. So Tracy, we're pulling for you, man. This guy's a talented guy, man. Not only is he funny, but he's real humble. And whenever you see him, you just feel happy. So it was hard to see him in this state of mind. But Tracy, we're pulling for you, buddy, and we hope to see you back on stage soon. So it was officially announced that Trevor Noah will start The Daily Show on September 28th. I'm excited. I know a lot of controversy has been happening, and I know he has big shoes to fill, but Trevor Noah is up for the challenge, and I'm personally excited for it. Not every show starts off smoothly. I mean, I remember a lot of late night shows starting out, especially Jimmy Fallon. I mean, I remember when he started out with the late night show on NBC, and he just seems uncomfortable. So it takes a while for new hosts to get a mindset of what their show is going to be. So sure, it's Trevor Noah. The first few months might seem rocky, but you guys got to be patient with him. I've seen this guy work, and he seems great. It should be also interesting to see how Larry Wilmore fares. I'm going to be honest, I don't really like Larry Wilmore. I don't know what it is. I like some of the topics he brings up, but he seems a little bit too uptight. But you would think that now that him and Trevor Noah, think of it like this. Him and Trevor Noah are taking over late night now, and that's crazy. Considering how both of them started to where they are now, it's astonishing to know that now both of them will take over Comedy Central's late night spot. So you never know, maybe there'll be a friendly competition. Larry Wilmore probably wants Trevor Noah's audience. Trevor Noah probably wants Larry Wilmore's audience, or however much people watch Larry Wilmore. But it should be interesting to see how both of them fare come September. I'm personally excited for it. I'm a big fan of late night television as a whole, so it'll be cool. Now, is it just me, or are we getting all of these updates about Full House like every other day? I mean, Jesus Christ. It's like every single day we get new updates about this reboot on Netflix. The most recent news was Bob Saget returning as Danny Tanner. Now, a lot of people are surprised by this news. I don't understand how you are surprised. I mean, this is Bob Saget. This was his first big television role before he turned into a filthy comedian. I mean, Jesus Christ, if you've seen this guy work on stage, you would shield your eyes, man. But it looks like an interesting show. I mean, we don't have the Olsen twins, which a lot of people were upset about. I personally didn't really mind it. I mean, they've grown up, they've moved on. They don't want to be attached to it, which is perfectly fine. So, for on the surface, we got all the cast back. It should be an interesting show. I know a lot of fans are excited about it, so we'll see how it works. I personally might not watch every single episode, but we'll see how it works. It shouldn't be that bad. So this is a story I really wanted to get into. So as all of you wrestling fans, I should say, know, this past WrestleMania 31 featured a great segment with The Rock and Ronda Rousey taking down the authority of Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. I mean, it ran a little bit long, but that was mostly because of the crowd wouldn't shut up because The Rock's in the ring. I mean, you shouldn't shut up when The Rock's in the ring. He's the freaking Rock. But basically, it started the rumors of could we possibly see a Stephanie McMahon versus Ronda Rousey match at next year's WrestleMania. Now, Dana White, who is the chairman or owner, I should say, of UFC, when he was asked that question, he shook his head. He said, no chance. Then Ronda Rousey, who is currently on her book tour, said that she wouldn't mind getting back into the ring. So it's very mixed signals going on. I personally would love to see Ronda Rousey. I mean, Ronda Rousey, if you've seen this girl's fights, holy Jesus. She is the female Mike Tyson of this generation. I've said it, I stand by it. She is that great. And her being a part of WrestleMania, if she chooses to, that would be a great attraction for the company. Not saying that this company needs any more publicity. I mean, it's a very strong juggernaut. But having a girl like Ronda Rousey fight Stephanie McMahon or wrestle, or however they want to do that match, that would be very interesting to see, and it'll get fans like me very excited about the WrestleMania season. From one lovely blonde to another, Mariah Carey did an interview in Australia, and when asked if she would return to the final season of American Idol, she said, and I quote, "Hell no, it was the worst experience of her life." Now, am I surprised by this? Absolutely not. Because I remember that season when Mariah Carey was on American Idol, because it was the same season Nicki Minaj was the judge. And let me tell you, if you've seen it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. That was probably the worst season of American Idol. It was hard to watch. It was hard to sit through. I mean, I said from the very beginning, you do not put two divas on the same show. They do not mix, and they cannot exist under the same roof. And it showed in the footage because they were fighting the whole time. Nicki Minaj didn't want to be there. Mariah Carey didn't want to be there. And it was just it was awkward for me. It was awkward for the rest of the viewers. Probably to the contestants because no one even remembers who won that season. All they can remember is those two fighting. So I'm not surprised that she doesn't want to return to the last season of American Idol. I don't even think Nicki Minaj is going to return. If I was the booking team, or I was the producer of Fox, I would schedule that the three original judges, Randy, Paula, and Simon, I would have the three of them return. That's how you send them off. You have them return and do the season. Do the whole season. Now, obviously, that might not happen because Paula is doing So You Think You Can Dance. Simon is on whatever island he is sipping champagne. And Randy is doing something to keep himself relevant. So who knows? That's how I would book it because I feel that would be the perfect ending for this show. I feel like people like to forget American Idol paved the way for The Voice. It paved the way for America's Got Talent. It paved the way for a lot of these shows. So you can't just throw it under the rug. You have to give it the send-off it deserves. And I'm sure that Fox and the people involved will do that. But as far as Mariah Carey returning, I'm not surprised. And if I were Mariah Carey, I wouldn't have anything to do with that show either. Well, that will do it for this week's edition of the Ballistic Report. I hope you guys like this commentary. I sure had fun doing it. Now, this is going to be a weekly thing, so if you want more of what you just heard, click that subscribe button. You can also follow me on Twitter at Ike Moore. Follow me on Facebook and Instagram. I love to hear from you. Leave your opinions on the comment section. I would love to hear what you guys had to say about this week's topics. And until next week, I've been your talented host, Ike Moore. Good night, ladies and gentlemen.